How we doing, everyone? Hope you're well. Mr. Boulder here, and I'm back today with a collection update video. Plenty of stuff has been making its way into the collection recently, and to be honest, a while ago. Some of the stuff I've had for quite a while, but I haven't got around to showing it yet. Some CDs to show, and some records to show as well. Going to get into it after the usual quick sip of coffee. I'm going to be kicking things off with an EP from a fellow YouTuber. And here's Josh Keach and Warrior in the Clouds Part 2. Obviously the follow-up to Warrior in the Clouds Part 1, which Josh put out last year. Instrumental music, guitar instrumental music. Very good stuff from Josh here. If you like the first one, you'll like this one as well. 6 tracks, kicks off a chorus, and we go straight into blues jam. Which, to be honest, sounds like a song that could be getting played in the background of the bar in the movie Roadhouse, if you've seen that, the Patrick Swayze film. Excellent, old school, bluesy sounding track. Really, really enjoy that one a lot. Torture Chamber is a good track as well. Your Delusion, Your Deception, I absolutely love. The main guitar riff is very simplistic, but very effective. Reminds me of kind of AC/DC. Some great soloing throughout. You get Never Forgotten, Never Forgiven, which is sort of more of a reflective sounding song, a bit more melancholic. Again, some great playing from Josh on that one. And then track 6, The Final End, reminds me of Annihilator in places. Some great soloing throughout again. The guys who Josh has got in to play the bass and the drums do a good job. All the guitar work's handled by Josh, so a really nice EP from him. Very much a DIY project. Here we just got a CDR with the name. Nice inlay booklet here. Great stuff from Josh. Like I say, if you like the first one, you like this one as well, and I like this one a lot. Really, really good stuff. Josh Keach, Warrior in the Clouds Part 2. Nice EP from him. Excellent work, mate. I like that a lot. Up next, I think you saw in my last video, the Black Sabbath album ranking, because I didn't have Cross Purposes. And it wasn't available to stream on Spotify, but I found a nice copy on eBay, of course. A good album from the Tony Martin era. It wasn't massively high up my list, but that doesn't mean it's a bad album. It just means there's many other albums that are much better. There's the CD. Tony Martin era for me is underrated. Great tracks on this, like the first track, Eyewitness. Cross the Thorns I really like as well. Virtual Death, Dying for Love, Evil Eye. Good Sabbath album, which I didn't have, but now in the collection. I'm glad to finally get it. Excellent stuff from Black Sabbath. Up next is John Corabi, Unplugged. John Corabi, of course, formerly of The Scream, Motley Crue, currently back in the Dead Daisies, where he rightfully belongs as far as I'm concerned. Saw John about a year ago doing an acoustic gig, and he had a few copies of this at the gig, and unfortunately I waited too long to grab one. By the time I went up to the merch table, they were all gone. But my wife fortunately got me this early in the year for my birthday. A nice palate cleanser after you listen to lots of sort of thrash and death metal, obviously. There's tracks here from across John's career. Some solo stuff. He got some stuff here that he did with Scream and Motley as well. There's some nice acoustic versions of Hooligan's Holiday and Love Shine on here. Some of John's solo tracks are really, really good as well. This sounds fantastic. John's vocals, as always, sound fantastic. Just a really nice palate cleansing acoustic album, to be honest, which I've spun quite a bit and I really, really enjoy. Great vocals, of course, from John. Fantastic singer, an underrated singer as far as I'm concerned. But that's John Corabi, Unplugged. Really enjoying that one. Excellent stuff if you want something to chill out to a little bit. Up next is Ugly Kid Joe and Stairway to Hell, which is obviously a parody of Highway to Hell. So these guys are really only sort of known for a couple of tracks, but if you actually dig into the discography, they've got a lot of really good stuff in their background. Devil's Paradise, track 1 on this is excellent. You Make Me Sick, No One Survives, good tune. I'm Alright, track 4 is brilliant though. Great chorus, really, really like Whitfield Crane's vocals. He's an underrated vocalist, very, very good singer. Love Ain't True, another good track. You've got a re-recording of Cats in the Cradle here, which is far from necessary, but still, I really, really enjoy it. This is a great album. I really, really like it. This has also got a DVD of their 2012 appearance at the Download Festival. So, yeah, there we go. Nice inlay book there, which is obviously a parody of the Highway to Hell album cover. Yeah, great stuff from these guys. Look past a couple of big singles that they got, and they're just a really good, solid hard rock band. Saw them at Bloodstock Festival this year, and they were fantastic. Also saw them a couple of years ago supporting Thunder at Wembley Arena in London. Great band, great live band. Klaus's guitars work is always really, really good. And Whitfield Crane, for me, definitely an underrated vocalist. Definitely check that one out. Here's a cheap eBay pickup. This is the Wildhearts, band that never really gets shown in the VC. One of my favourite bands from the UK here for the past 30-something years. This is Endless Nameless, which came out in 1997. Used to have this on cassette. Saw this going cheap on eBay and decided to pick it up because I wasn't really a massive fan of it back in the day. So I thought I'd give it another go. And to be honest, yeah, not much has changed. I'm still not really digging it massively. The rest of their discography is absolutely fantastic. But they changed up the style on this one and doesn't really suit for me personally. It's not bad, but it's certainly not a classic. There's a lot of work going on with the drums here. They've changed up the sound of the drums to sort of sound more industrial. There's a lot of effects on the vocals. It's okay, but it's still not really doing too much for me. Track 3 Anthem, which is the single, is my favourite. Thunderfuck, the last track's good. Junkenstein track 1's alright. But yeah, one that's never going to get a lot of spins. I thought I'd give it another go, see if my opinion had changed over the years, but still not massively digging this one. But it was only a cheap pickup, so that's all good. On to some death metal now. Here's 6 Feet Under. This is Death Rituals. I picked this up off of eBay. I was buying something else, and the same seller had this for sale. Unfortunately, there's some old sticker mark here because some nipple decided it was a good job to stick a fucking sticker right on the CD cover. And it's a bit of a bastard to get off. It's 6 Feet Under, a band that get a lot of shit, actually. I don't really understand why. This is a decent album. Death by Machete, track 1 is really good. None Will Escape. Eulogy for the Dead. Seed of Filth. That track is superb. Really, really great. Catchy riffs, good vocals from Chris Barnes. I like the chorus on that one. Shot in the Head, Killed in Your Sleep, etc., etc. You've got a few live tracks on the end of this as well, which is quite nice. There is, however, a cover in here of Motley Crue's Bastard, which is bloody awful and belongs in the bin. That should have got nowhere near the finished product of this album. Terrible, terrible choice for a cover, and it's just shit. Lets the album down a bit, but still a decent album. Again, I don't know why these guys get so much hatred. But there's the CD and the booklet. Nice little package. Picked up for only about $5. 6 Feet Under there. That's really, really good stuff. Up next, plug in some holes in the discography. And here's Hate Eternal on Conquering the Throne, their debut album from 1999. Absolutely punishing stuff. Really, really heavy. If you don't know who Hate Eternal are, here's the CD for you. The main man is Eric Rutan, so you probably know that name. Once a member of Morbid Angel, currently in Cannibal Corpse, and a producer extraordinaire as well. This is an absolutely punishing slab of death metal. Some fantastic riffs on this. The drums from Derek Roddy are absolutely phenomenal. That guy really knows how to play the drums. Sorry, no, this is Tim Young on the drums on this one. I thought it was Derek Roddy, but it's Tim Young. Brilliant stuff. Very, very heavy. Hate Eternal. Eric Rutan's riffing is very chaotic, very frenzied. These albums really are absolutely punishing. What have we got here? Catacombs track 3, probably one of my favourites. Nailed to Obscurity track 4 is superb. By His Own Decree, Dethroned, stuff like that. Their debut from '99 is an absolutely punishing slice of brutal death metal. Up next is a follow-up. This is King of All Kings from 2002. This is the one that has Derek Roddy on the drums. Yeah, there he is. Jared Anderson. He passed away when he was only 31. Rest in peace. Obviously, Eric Rutan again. Again, an absolutely punishing album. I have to say, when I listen to Hate Eternal, I don't tend to listen to them with the volume up that high because everything is so full on all the time. They don't come up for air very often. And it's just absolutely pounding you from start to finish, pretty much. But you've got King of All Kings, a title track, which is just absolutely fantastic. The Obscure Terror, Eric Rutan's vocals on that are brilliant. The back-ends as well. He does all the back-ends as well. They just sound absolutely fantastic. Born by Fire, great track. Rising Legions of Black is really good. And the last song, Powers That Be, excellent chorus, great vocals. Just absolutely outstanding. These guys, when it comes to the musicianship, it's absolute top draw. Punishing stuff from start to finish from Hate Eternal. King of All Kings from 2002 is absolutely fantastic. And the last Hate Eternal one, here's The Fury and the Flames. This is from 2008, I think. Another great album, another punishing slab of brutal death metal. Here's a CD. You've got Alex Webster of Cannibal Corpse hand and bass duties on this album. Again, it's just like the two I've just shown. It's very, very heavy, very fast, very frantic, very brutal. Bringer of Storms, track 4 is my favourite. The vocals from Eric and Anata are absolutely amazing. Dust Salvation is a great tune. Fury Within. Again, another really, really good death metal album. Again, very, very, very heavy, very punishing. These are not for people looking to get into death metal, because this really is harsh stuff. You want to be going for something more like Obituary if you're looking to get into death metal. Not these guys. Excellent stuff. Fast, frantic, technical death metal with the musicianship is absolute top draw. Great vocals from Eric Rutan. Really love that album. I'm glad to plug those holes in the Hate Eternal collection. Here is Anata and their debut album, Swedish technical death metal. This is from 1998. Title is The Infernal Depths of Hatred. These guys don't get talked about a lot for me, and they need to be talked about more. They're not around anymore, unfortunately, but excellent, again, technical death metal. The mix on these albums from these guys is always fantastic. You can always really hear the bass nice and clear, which isn't always the case with death metal. Loads of great technical riffing, fantastic songs. Track run released When You Are Dead, brilliant stuff. Let the Heavens Hate, track 2 is great. Slain Upon His Altar. Those Who Lick the Wounds of Christ. Aim Not at the Kingdom High. Brilliant stuff. Excellent, underrated death metal for me. This is their debut from 98. I really like that one. Good stuff. And when I picked that up, I picked up this one because I didn't have this at all, because I have got that on vinyl, but I've never seen it on CD before, so I grabbed it. Here's their second album from 2001. This is Dreams of Death and Dismay. I like this even more than the debut. This is really, really good. Again, it's excellent technical death metal, which is mixed really, really well. Die Laughing, great track. Faith, Hope and Self-Deception. There's some really catchy riffing in that, which just gets in your head pretty much straight away. Excellent, excellent stuff. God of Death. What else we got here? Can't Kill What's Already Dead. That is, again, very, very catchy. Some superb riffing that really gets into your head. The Enigma of Number 3, again, so many great riffs that just are in your head as soon as you hear them. Very, very catchy. Drain of Blood. Last track, The Temple, Stroke Erratic. Fantastic stuff. Excellent technical death metal. Listen to these guys if you have not heard them. Excellent stuff. Again, some nice hole plug-in and some discographies here. Really glad to pick these albums up. They weren't too much money. On to some records now. And here's System of a Down, their debut album from 1999. I picked this up well over a year ago, but not got around to showing it yet. So System of a Down is a band that, of course, some people will turn their nose up at because they're sort of in with the new metal crowd. But for me, definitely one of the better bands to come out of that era. In fact, I think very, very unique sound, and I think they're underrated. Sometimes I think they get overlooked for what a great band they are because they've got that kind of new metal tag. But you should put that out of your head when you check these guys out and listen to them. Printed in a sleeve. This is just on good old black vinyl. Yeah, so for me, these guys don't get the recognition they deserve when it comes to sort of musicianship and that. Some great riffs on this album. Side A, Sweet Pea, first track is great. Track 2, No, I like. Track 3, Sugar, absolutely fantastic. Some really, really catchy, good riffing in that. I really like it a lot. Spiders is a great tune. Mind, Peephole, probably my favourite track on side B. I really, really like that one a lot. Darts, great album. This is produced by Rick Rubin. Excellent stuff. I've had this on CD for a while. I actually saw them when they were touring this album back in December in 1999. At Birmingham Marina, they were supporting Black Sabbath. This is before they blew up and everyone knew who they were. A good album there. I like that one. However, even better is the follow-up. 2001's Toxic City is just an absolute beast of an album. Serge Tankian, for me, the singer, I think I'm saying his name correctly there. For me, it's one of the best vocalists out there. Kind of reminds me of Mike Patton with what he can do with his voice. You know, you can get in death growls one minute and then he's sort of screaming at a real high pitch next. He can do it all. He sounds fantastic. So many great riffs on this album. And this is one of those albums where you look at the title track, the track list, and there's 14 songs there. And my initial reaction is there enough quality to justify 14 songs? And as far as this album goes, no concerns at all. Absolutely brilliant. 14 songs, and they're all brilliant. This is an absolute banger from start to finish. There are no bad songs on this record. Prison Song, first track on side A, absolutely brilliant. Needles, great tune. Jet Pilot, Chop Suey, that was a big single, played constantly on the Kerrang channel back in the day. Bounce is a great track, I love that one, really, really good. Forest is a good tune. Science, Shimmy, Toxic City, the title track is a great tune. Psycho ends with Aerials. This is again produced by Rick Rubin. Some of the riffing in Aerials is great, really, really heavy. The guitar tone on this record is fantastic. Everyone is doing a great job. Yeah, don't turn your nose at these guys just because they're kind of lumped in with the new metal guys. Because this is a really, really good album. Fantastic stuff from these guys. Again, had this on CD for years. Didn't have it on vinyl. Picked up when I was on holiday last year in September. So I've had this for like 14, 15 months, but not got around to showing it yet. Excellent album from System of a Down. Toxic City from 2001. 14 tracks, not a bad one among them. An absolute banger of an album. Up next thing I picked up just on Friday. I went to see Wolfsbane at Bedford Squires, the town over from me. So Blaze and the boys come to town. They haven't toured for quite a while. And I was hoping they were going to have this album on sale, and they did, thankfully. And here it is. The most recent album from Wolfsbane, Genius, as you can see, fully signed by the band. The only thing that lets this album down is this dreadful artwork. I mean, that looks like they put that together about 10 minutes before they got to the pressing plant. Terrible, terrible album cover. There's the back. Here's the gatefold. Pictures of the guys. You get a free comic with this, which I'll quickly show. There we are. Nice little touch. Printed dinner. All the lyrics on. And comes on red vinyl. This is a good album. Don't get me wrong, it's not going to blow you away. It's never going to be your album of the year. But can I sit the needle down on side A and enjoy it from start to finish? Absolutely, I can. Easy to sing along to songs, great choruses, catchy stuff. The guitar work is absolutely fantastic. Of course, Blaze Bayley's vocals are great. An underrated singer. Spit It Out, track 1. It's kind of weird because in parts it almost sounds like Blink-182, but then it's got some really heavy riffing in it as well. Zombies, track 2, it's got a great sing-along chorus. Small Town Kisses, a great track. Things Are Getting Better, good time. Rock City Night's probably my favourite song of the album. They're definitely talking about the days back at, obviously, Nottingham Rock City. That's what I'm thinking. When I used to play back in the day. Running Wild. I was born in '69. 10 tracks, just over half an hour long. Brilliant album. Like I say, it's not going to ever blow anyone away. Or it doesn't me, but I can still sit down and listen to the entire thing from start to finish and absolutely enjoy it. Great album from these guys. Wolfsbane's Genius. Fully signed, obviously. And while I was there, I picked up the CD as well. Fully signed. Great album from Wolfsbane. Really enjoy that one. Only 500 of those on vinyl, so they're not going to be easy to come by. Moving on now to some death metal, and here's a reissue of the Incantation debut album, Onward to Golgotha, from 1992. Absolutely punishing death metal from these guys, as are all their albums. Translucent green vinyl, which kind of looks blue on camera, but believe me, it's green. Yeah, great album this. Very, very heavy. Very dark, very murky. Ross Dole on the vocals and the bass. Sounds fantastic. Glad this has been reissued because it's not easy to come by. Track A, Golgotha is brilliant. Blasphemous Creation, Unholy Massacre, Entractment of Evil, Immoral Cessation, Profanication, stuff like that. Excellent, really, really heavy, dark, murky sounding death metal from New York. Incantation's debut, Onward to Golgotha. Had this on CD for a while. I think it was Metal Mickey gave everyone a heads up this was coming out on vinyl. I didn't know it was, so I quickly jumped on his Amazon as soon as I saw that and picked it up. Excellent death metal from those guys. Up next is Incantation. This is Diabolical Conquest, which I think is their third album from 1998. This was available when I got it for fairly cheap on Amazon, so jump on Amazon if you haven't got this. It might still be available at quite a nice price. Here it is on blue vinyl with the custom center rings. Excellent death metal from these guys. Again, like Incantation, these guys don't let you down. Never put out a bad album. Some fantastic riffs on this. Great vocals. The drums are absolutely amazing as well. An album that I wasn't familiar with. I literally just picked it up because it was cheap, but I'm glad I did. Disciples of Blasphemous Reprisal on side A is excellent. Under Heavenly Skies is great as well. There's some other good stuff on side B as well, like Majesty of Infernal Damnation, the last track on side B. Quite death doomy in places, so it's kind of mid-paced death metal. It can be fast as well, but it's death doomy at the same time. Incantation's Diabolical Conquest from 1998. It was a nice cheap pickup, and I'm glad to get that in the collection. And the last two are from Earache, from their excellent on-demand service that they've been doing for the last sort of year. Because both of these are not easy to come by. Originals cost an absolute fortune. So once again, thank God for reissues. And here we have the reissue of the Vader's very first album, The Ultimate Incantation, which originally came out in 1992. Excellent death metal from Poland. As always with Earache, you get the nice printed inner, picture of the guys, some info on the back. And always with me, if I get the choice, I'm always going to go with the good old black vinyl. There we are with the classic Earache labels. So an album packed with really, really good riffs. This one's considered a classic by a lot of people. I mean, I like it, but I wouldn't consider it an absolute classic like some people do. But I still really like it. Creation Control, Dark Age, track 2 is absolutely fantastic. I love the riffs in that. The Crucified ones is another great track. I love the vocals. Testimony is a great track. Chaos, Demon's Mind. Can't read the bloody back. One Step to Salvation, that's another one. Unfortunately, we've got Seam Split here, which is a fucking pain in the arse when you just pay top drawer for the album. But there we go, it is what it is. But a great album from these guys. Glad to finally get this on vinyl. Excellent stuff from Vader. And another nice reissue from Earache. And here's Carcass and the Tools of the Trade and the Heartwork EP. All on one record. Glad to get these. Again, the originals of these, not easy to come by, cost a lot of money. Nice couple of EPs from Carcass, all put on the one record. Again, here's the printed in with a picture of the guys. Some more pictures on the back. This one, thankfully, without any seam splits. Once again, good old black vinyl. Excellent stuff. Carcass, one of the first death metal bands I got into back in 1993 when I first heard Heartwork. But this is great stuff. I really, really like this a lot. On Tools of Trade EP, it's fantastic stuff. Title track is brilliant. I love it. You've also got a version of Incarnated Solvent Abuse from Necroticism, which has got all the intro parts all taken out. Which for me, I kind of prefer it like that. Excellent stuff though. And for me though, the Heartwork EP is the best. Heartwork, This Is Just Your Life. Rot and Roll, just 3 tracks, all brilliant. This Is Your Life actually is a track I've kind of forgotten about and I heard it for a long time. Great riffs in that. Rot and Roll, great track as well. Some catchy Choruses from Carcass on this one. Also, I should say on the Heartwork EP. Some great guitar playing. Ken Owen's drums are great. Obviously, he hasn't played for years now because he's not been well. Great drummer. But Tools of the Trade as well. The first track on the first EP is absolutely amazing. I love that. Really, really catchy. Great riffs. I'm glad to have this in the collection. Carcass, the Tools of the Trade and the Heartwork EP. A nice little piece put together by Earache. Excellent pickup. Really happy to have it in the collection. So there we go, guys. That's it for today. Nice collection update video all done. I've got a collection update with cassettes coming soon. I've also got a box set collection update coming. And I'm going to be trying to jump on Metal Mickey's 123 thread that he started a week or two ago. So there's plenty to come from me in the not too distant future. Let me know what you think about these pickups. As always, get in the comment section. Love chatting to you guys. And as always, I shall see you soon. So cheers, take care, and I'll see you later.